This is coming from the desk of Joseph R. Biden Jr. It is dated July 21st, 2024. And he starts by saying, "My fellow Americans, over the past 3.5 years, we have made great progress as a nation. Today, America has the strongest economy in the world. We've made historic investments in rebuilding our nation, in lowering prescription drug costs for seniors, and in expanding affordable health care to a record number of Americans. We provided critically needed care to millions of veterans exposed to toxic substances, passed the first gun safety law in 30 years, appointed the first African-American woman to the Supreme Court, and passed the most significant climate legislation in the history of the world. America has never been better positioned to lead than we are today." So this is coming from the desk of the president. And he continued, and as it continued to unfold, I saw where it was going. The president continued by saying, "I know none of this could have been done without you, the American people. Together, we overcame a once-in-a-century pandemic and the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. We've protected and preserved our democracy, and we've revitalized and strengthened our alliances around the world." All right. So he said that to set the stage. The president was trying to set the stage as to what was coming in this letter to the people. So now we get to the meat and potatoes. He talked about his record, and then he said, "It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president. And while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on the fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term." And I'm telling you, it was difficult for him to do this, but I commend him for doing it. The president continued, "I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all those who have worked so hard to see me reelected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work. And let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and trust you have placed in me. I believe today what I always have, that there is nothing America can't do when we do it together. We just have to remember we are the United States of America." And that is coming from Joe Biden. So he gets COVID. And I know some of the Republicans are going to say, "Oh, he doesn't have COVID," or whatever. They're going to say a lot of different things. But he is laid up at home in Delaware trying to figure out what the next move is. He's been getting pressure from all over the Democratic Party, folks wanting him to step down, and folks reading polls and anticipation, and just the general lackluster response to Joe Biden. So that is what he's dealing with. In addition to the fact that we've seen him diminish, he's an older gentleman, so there's not a surprise there. There's no shame on that. But we are facing as a country a very difficult time.